Welcome to Great Gadgets and Gear. I want to thank all my new subscribers for tuning in. Today's topic is external battery packs. I love my solar chargers. They're great, but when the sun disappears for a few days, they are no help. So I have quite a few of these external battery packs. And the majority of my experience has been with powergen. Great product. I started out with a really small 6500 milliamp. I moved up to the 9500 milliamp, and now this is the 13,000 milliamp. And I've had great success with them. Each one I've charged up and let it sit for 6 months, and I've hardly lost any charge. Maybe 25% over 6 months. It's a little hard to tell with the idiot lights that these come with. But this one I've had for probably about 6 months now, and I've been testing it. And this is a newer version from their original black and white style plastic body with a thicker profile. So this one, looked a little more attractive. I knew it was going to be heavier because of the metal container. But talk about durable. You can see a little chip there, and you can see some little chips there and some little chips here. I've dropped this from standing height I don't even know how many times. And so far none of the plastic has cracked or broken. You can see there's even a gouge in the plastic there from dropping it. And it still works flawless. To me, that's impressive. If it can handle a drop from probably say waist high down to the ground, that's pretty impressive to me, especially since I've done it numerous times, which is funny. But anyways, so this is a great product. I'm very happy with it. The idiot lights, they function very well, surprisingly. They're 25% each light. And there's no flashlight on this one. I really didn't need the flashlight. And I was really happy with this. And I tried to get another one, but for some reason, powergen is out of them, and they're not on stock on Amazon. So I thought, okay, well, here's a golden opportunity to check out a different brand, because there's a multitude of brands out there, no matter what you're trying to buy. So I thought, hey, let's check out another product, and we can do, a comparison, a review, or whatever. So here is my latest purchase, which is the limefuel 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack. Okay, so you open it up, there it is. I've had this out for testing, so the protective plastic is off, and the charging cable is not in here because I'm already using it, but that's what you get in the box, is the charging cable to charge this, and you get your warranty or whatever. And that's pretty much it. Same thing with this. You get the charging cord for this, and that's pretty much it. So, here's what it looks like. It's a black, charcoaly colored plastic. They gave it this kind of brushed, grooved look. Makes it attractive looking. And then you see the display panel. You have your power button. A little design stamped into the bottom. On this side, you have your charging port, and then your information on the back. And then this is one thing I did like versus the powergen, is the amperage. The 2.1 amp and the 1 amp is stamped into the plastic, so it won't wear off like the printed version here, so you can remember which one is which. So that was a nice feature I kind of liked. This one does come with the flashlight, which I don't really need or use. I always turn it on by accident. And then you have your digital readout when you turn it on. You get a green backlight for a few seconds, and right now it's at 63%. This is supposed to turn on, it's supposed to be like smart, intelligent, versus the powergen. When you plug your phone into this, it's supposed to automatically turn on and start charging, and automatically shut off as to not drain your power pack. That does work. I noticed it when my phone was in the red. If you try to charge it before your phone is in the red, you have to manually turn it on. But it does shut off after it's fully charged. So that is a nice feature so you don't drain your battery pack. I've charged my phone with this and fell asleep. And I don't know if it kept running because it still had power in the morning. So I guess I never really paid attention to that. But I haven't really had any problems with this. So I wasn't watching it too closely. So this is a 20,000 milliamp pack. This one's a 13,000 milliamp pack. And you can see it's a bit bigger, it's a bit thicker, and it's definitely a bit heavier. Check this out. Limefuel. It's a little over 6 1/4 long. Powergen is 5. Limefuel is like a little bit 3 1/4 maybe, and 3 on the Powergen. 3/4 of an inch thick on the Powergen, and about 7/8 on the Limefuel. Now, what I did notice in comparing the two, the idiot lights, amazingly, are very accurate for idiot lights. The digital feature of this is interesting in the fact of it's accurate, but not really. And what I mean by that is when this was at 100% and I plugged my phone into it, it right away dropped down to 78% on a full charge. Right away. Boom. First charge. I'm like, okay, that's weird. But it seemed to get progressively closer in accuracy as it went further down with each charge, if that makes any sense to you. Because it's a little strange to me. But it's done it consistently on every charge I've done on this. Each time, too, the first two are always the same. 100, boom, down to 78%. And then it varies from there. So I found that a little bit interesting. I haven't dropped this. I actually got a, see if I can see it. There's a scratch there just from sliding it across the countertop. So durability on that, not quite too sure. The interesting thing when I was doing my testing between the two of them, the Limefuel, when I first read the, I don't think it was on Amazon, but one of the sites stated that it could charge my iPhone 4S 8 times. And usually these things are never really that accurate. And I was surprised. This will, depending on when you charge it, how low your phone is, it will charge your phone 8 times. So that was shocking. So at a 20,000 milliamps, charging it 8 times, it discharges 2,500 milliamps per charge. Okay? This one is a 13,000 milliamp, and it'll charge my iPhone 4S 5 times. This one actually discharges 2,600 milliamps per charge. So this one discharges a little bit more. So that was kind of interesting. They both take 8 hours to charge overnight, even with the 7,000 milliamp difference between the two. So, you know, it's kind of interesting. You get 8 charges out of this, 5 charges out of this. So you get 3 extra charges for, it kind of averages out. So they're kind of pretty similar as far as how they dissipate the milliamp hours between the two of them. Now, this one costs $30 on Amazon, and it's a little hefty. Let's put it on the scale here. This is on ounces. So it's 16.36 ounces. So it's a little heavy. It's a little chunky. And then the Powergen, 11.25. Now, what I did notice when I was shopping around, of course, you can get a 20,000 hour or a 30,000 hour, depending on the brand, pack. And you can get them a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter, but the price goes up dramatically. I looked at a couple different models. I can't really recall the names of them right now. But, you know, one of them was like about this size, but way thinner. And it was like $80. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Size, weight, how many milliamp hours, you know, what you want to get out of it. Do you want it to be more compact or, you know, whatever. They both work. So far, I've had no problems with them not working, with them not holding a charge. This one I haven't had for 6 months, so I couldn't tell you how much you lose after storing it for 6 months. So I'm still working on that aspect of it. But I like them both, and for $29, $30, it's a decent little pack. You know, obviously I'm going to keep it. It comes in handy. I tend to use this more at home or in the car. This is more of my little traveler. It goes with me at work in my everyday carry. And then I have the other 9500 milliamp is in my bug out bag. And the 6500 I passed off to a friend because she lost hers. So, and they're just, like I said, they're great products. I've bought a lot of different products from PowerGen, and I highly recommend them because these I can definitely attest to their durability, their ability to maintain charge for a long period of time. You know, not, you know, dropping them and not worrying about them, you know, busting all over the place or not working again. This is an interesting product. I think it's got, in my opinion, you know, a couple bugs that need to be worked out. I think they need to figure out why the digital display acts the way it does, because even during some of my testing, it was interesting. On my second charge, it dropped down to 73. Then when I went to charge it again, it jumped up to 74. So it kind of fluctuates in up and down type increases during your charging period. But, you know, hey, it said it gives 8 charges. It gives 8 charges. This actually delivers exactly what it says it will. So I have to give it to them there. But the plastic case on something quite so heavy like this, I would totally be afraid if I drop this, this thing is going to break. Or it's going to cause damage, or it's not going to function properly. Also, I'd be concerned with messing up the digital display on it, where the idiot lights are more protected. And this thing has been dropped several times. They, I don't know if I said it or not, they both take 8 hours to charge, so I just charge them overnight. I haven't charged multiple items on each one of these because usually it's always one thing or the other. I'm either charging my phone and playing with my iPod, or my iPod's charging and I'm playing with my phone, you know, or whatever. But definitely, I definitely rate the PowerGen as the top runner. Especially for the price. I think at the time when I bought this for 13,000 milliamps, I think I paid $18. I have no idea what they are now because I haven't been able to get another one, and I really like the metal case. That was a big improvement style-wise and durability-wise. The limefuel for 20,000 for 8 charges for $30, I still think that's a pretty good deal. As long as you're careful with it, be very careful as far as dropping this. I'd be very concerned with the build of this as far as dropping it. But they both work great. They're both really nice to have on hand when your solar charger isn't available due to the sun deciding to take off for a while. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down in the comment section. I'll try to answer anything I can. If you have any input, if you have any external battery packs that you think rock and just are fantastic, or you know they have some great outstanding feature, drop it in the comments. I mean, I would like to know. I'm sure my viewers would love to know. These things are very popular, and they're fantastic. I love them. I use them all over the place. I use them hiking. I take them out when I mountain bike. I take them to work. You know, I've got one, you know, stashed in the car. I've got one stashed everywhere. They're just really handy, convenient to have. And you can get them really inexpensive now. You can get the little lipstick models that'll give you a charge or two, and they're very compact. But I tend to like the ones that give you at least 5 charges or more. It's nice because it can vary depending on your device, whether it's a phone, an iPod, the brand of the phone. I know this one will charge my Kindle. I haven't tried charging my Kindle with this one. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped somewhat. And I hope you're enjoying the channel. Thank you again to my new subscribers. Stay tuned. I know I've been a little lax on my videos. I'm testing quite a few products at one time right now. And I will be getting those videos out. And I have some really good ones coming up. So stay tuned and take care to the next video.